Fala meus amigos, sejam muito bem-vindos a mais um vídeo do canal DSRM Luck. Eu sou o Daniel e galera, no vídeo de hoje trago para vocês o início de gameplay de Biomutant. Biomutant é um novo jogo aí, né, lançado recentemente pela THQ Nordic. E vamos ver aí qual é desse jogo, se é um jogo bom ou não. Né, pelo que a gente vê aí das gameplays recentemente, os galera não tem gostado muito, né? Mas vamos ver, né? Então já aproveita você que não é inscrito no canal, se inscreve aí e ativa o sininho das notificações. Deixa o like e compartilhe com seus amigos. E bora na cinemática inicial. Essa é a primeira gameplay, assim, o primeiro vídeo que eu tô gravando a 1440. Aí vamos ver, né, como é que ele vai se sair aí no YouTube. Esse jogo, infelizmente, ele não tem dublagem em português. E ele só tem as legendas. Então acho que não tem muito problema eu falar enquanto o jogo estiver rolando alguma coisa.
This is a story with an unusual beginning. So, let's expect an unusual end. Welcome to Biomutant.
Tive que fazer uma mudança aqui na resolução. O jogo não tava na resolução que eu queria. Bom, vamos tentar iniciar um novo jogo aqui no médio mesmo. Olha, o jogo tá muito bonito, viu? Isso eu não tenho que negar.
Encode your DNA.
Legal que o jogo tem muita modificação, né? Dá pra fazer o seu personagem único mesmo.
Deadeye. Deadeye chosen. That'll work.
E começou. Olha, visualmente é um jogo muito bonito, cara.
We're already at a crossroads. Choosing a path in life is that fork in the road where you make a choice or simply stop living. But for you, it's not only a crossroad, but a choice. A reflection of your key, the primal energy that flows through everything.
Let me introduce myself. I'm the light and bright side of you, or your inner voice to be precise. An echo of balance and consequence of your actions as you move forward.
Seems more like you're being light-headed if you ask me, but you'll come around, eventually.
But what comes around goes all the way back around. So, it's better to stick to your instincts. You can't fight what's in your nature.
in your nature, and here I was hoping we'd be all about natural selection, survival of the strongest, and so forth. If that's not instinct, then I don't know what is.
Natural selection is all about evolution and progress, and as soon as there's enough light, darkness will disappear.
O jogo tem muito disso de escolhas morais, né? De
Right is always right.
lado bom ou lado mal.
Stories of death and the bodies left behind, a reminder that we're at the mercy of nature and the one that preys on others. Do you remember the beast that shattered your family, or did you choose to forget? You turned your back on our world and got lost in your own. Meanwhile, the predator only grew stronger. Better make a run for it. This is not the time nor place to end this story. Let us hope you're ready for it when it comes. The predator isn't the only threat. The wildlife started to mutate when the end of days began, and the tree of life started to die. That's going to leave a mark. Oil sludges everywhere. To most, it only means death, but some have adapted to the new environment and changed with it. Evolution has its ways. You're bruised. Seems like a peculiar item. Fight between the eyes. Look, an emergency box from the once was. A rare sight.
Esse jogo ele tem muito também de craft, então a gente tem que craftar, né, fazer vários itens diferentes, de coletar materiais e criar eles, né.
That pipe looks weak. The claw bar should come in handy. Whoa! It's time to find a way out of this place. No, really, I mean it. The morks produce biomatter in their multi-organ that they shed under distress. Blobs that affect the cellular coding strands of any living being when absorbed, including you. Toxanol built vessels called arks to save themselves from the impending doom. But was it too late? It is only from the flight logs of the single ark they left behind that we know other arks traveled through the sky and beyond. It seems those that came before us never lost hope in finding a new home for their kind. Just a few moves left. Make them count. There are few records of the chain of events that led to the big apocalypse eons ago, but it's clear the world wasn't prepared for how recklessly the Toxanol Corporation would make its mark on the world. Their rare earth mining and nuclear industries generated tons of waste, and without consideration for the future, they dumped it all in landfills until they ran out of space. That's when they made the big mistake. They began dumping the toxic waste in the surf just off the coast instead, assuming that it would sink and decay with time. And they were right, but no one was prepared for what was about to unfold. Once in the surf, the radiation interfered with the genetics of the wildlife and created bizarre mutations in their offspring. It had an inconceivable impact on biodiversity and the entire ecosystem. The world as they knew it crumbled as nature retaliated. It would never be the same again, and what remained of it became ours. sound of spark metal going pew pew is never a good thing. It's coming from behind that door. A warning label. The box looks like a potential brain melt. It's going to take a bit of puzzling to short-circuit the door. Just a few moves left. Make them count. There you go. The wheeled one is outnumbered. You'd better help him out. Make something from that. That's the last of them. Let's talk to the wheeled one before backup arrives. He wants to thank you for taking his side against the scavengers.
Esse jogo, ele não tem linguagem própria, né? Os bichinhos não têm linguagem própria. É tudo através de texto e do narrador falando e conversando. E esses murmúrios que eles têm assim, né? Bem parecido com jogos da Nintendo, que não tem fala, né? Só fica aquela murmuração e tem a legenda ali informando o que é. Ou até mesmo de RPGs um pouco mais antigos, né? Onde não tem fala, eles só ficam e aí aparece a legenda assim, né? Sobre o que eles querem falar.
The legend of the one-eyed child that grew up as an outcast is old and sad. The child could have been anyone, but the evil it had fled had left a mark, a facial scar to remember the past. It's a scar you're covering under that eye patch, isn't it? But he would have recognized you anyways. There's no doubt you're the child, and that what Lupa Lupin did to your village. He says it has taken you a long time to bring the past back up to the present. It was after the attack that the unity fell apart. The impending threat of the... Had it not been for the Tree of Life, no one would have survived. asks if you are tired, as it's a bit of a hike here from the village. You're such a good child, so... The potato people, or nono, are a wonder. You might... The nono prefer to...
Ah, pelo jeito ele não sabe nadar. Nadei e morreu.
You found... The nono's key... You'll need a net to catch the nono, and he wants you to use his, but asks you to be gentle. The nono was sensitive. You... He's grateful. Oh, one day... But to... Now... One day, the land... He says you... He lost you there for a while, but no memory... The tree started to die when the genetic evolution that occurred after the apocalypse, the toxin... His friend Gizmo is working on a mecton and needs help defeating the jumbo puff at the end of the west route. Wiz is still repairing his octopod to confront the merc puff that dwells deep down under the surface at the end of the northwest route. Nocco has tamed the midget and is preparing to take on the hoof puff at the end of the east route. Finally, Goop is almost done with the Goo Glide, a machine able to ride the waves of the surf all the way out to the Porky Puff at the end of the route to the southeast. The road ahead won't be easy, but he's counting. He wants you to... Regardless, you'll meet again once you've played. getting the hang of it. Quickest way out is through the roof where they came in, and the rope looks strong enough to climb.
Bom, galera, esse foi o início de gameplay de Biomutant. E aí, o que vocês acharam? Gostaram? Acharam interessante? Acharam chato? O que vocês acharam dele? Coloca aí nos comentários aí pra ver o que vocês acharam do jogo. Acharam ele bonito? Bonito ele é. Um jogo muito bonito. Então deixa aí nos comentários aí o que vocês acharam desse jogo. Já aproveita e você que não é inscrito no canal, se inscreve no canal e ativa o sininho das notificações para você não perder nenhum vídeo que tiver vindo por aí. Ainda tô jogando Immortals Phoenix Rising, vai vir análise pro canal. E se vocês gostaram do Biomutant, eu posso trazer uma análise aqui pro canal também, tá certo? Se você assistiu até aqui, eu acredito que você gostou. Então deixa aquele like, fortalecendo o canal aí. E se você achou curioso isso, né? Você acha que tem algum amigo também que vai achar o jogo curioso, compartilha com ele, mostra pra ele e fala assim, ó, mano, olha assim como é que tá o Biomutant no PC, rodando no máximo ali, a 1440, pra eles poderem conferir também, tá certo? Eu vou indo nessa, valeu, falou e até mais.
Let's see.